The 2012 winner of the Robert F. Seibert Award was Balloons Over Broadway by Melissa Sweet. She wrote it and illustrated it. This is an historical nonfiction book. It was published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Publishing Company in 2011. It has 32 pages and is appropriate for ages pre-K through 3rd grade. This is the story of the puppeteer of the Macy's Day Parade. The illustrations are wonderful in this book. Sweet uses a combination of watercolor and sketches and a collage scrapbook type feel. So you can see this page is mostly painted and sketched, and this one has some more collage type things. And on the back there's a really cool picture of an actual article from a New York newspaper. The story is about Tony Sarg. Tony was a curious little boy, and at the age of 6 he declared himself a puppeteer. He was always rigging up gadgets and things. So as a young man he moved to London and started making marionettes out of wood and cloth, and word quickly spread that he was really good at it. He made a move to New York and started working on Broadway with his puppets, and then he got a phone call from Macy's, the biggest department store around in New York City at that time, and they wanted him to do some creative window displays. And then Macy's got the idea to do a parade or sort of a festival type thing to honor all the cultures of their employees, and they asked Tony to help. And he, of course, wanted to incorporate his puppets. So he found ways to make giant puppets, which morphed into the big Macy's Day balloons as we know them today. So this book kind of goes through all of his trials and errors to make the balloons work and function as we know them today. It's a very interesting book. Well, let's see. What else do I want to say about this? This is a story of persistence and hard work and following your passions, curiosity and problem solving. Tony did all of those things. He knew he loved making puppets, and he found a way to make that his living. And there's a quote in here that says he never worked a day in his life. It's a wonderful book for children, first of all, because it's about history of the United States, and it's incorporated into one of our holidays because we have the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving. And the subject matter definitely would appeal to children, as would the illustrations. And the story starts out with Tony as a young boy, just like children, so they can really relate to him, and it might inspire them to pursue some passion or talent of theirs. I think as far as an activity, I'm a creative type, so I would probably tie an art project into this, but I think before I read this book, I might show the children some clips of the Macy's Day Parade, have a conversation about that, if they've seen the parade before, if it's something they watch with their families. I know I grew up watching it. Then read the book and discuss some vocabulary words along the way, and then I would have them make their own puppets. They could either draw them themselves, or we could use some pre-made pictures, and we would stuff them and put some strings on them and hang them in the hall to display. And that is Balloons Over Broadway.